Welcome back to Is It Still Good, the channel where we watch older films and let you know if they still hold up. Today we're going to watch a movie that's always given me the yucks. 2007 Superbad. This movie is rated R, runs 1 hour, 53 minutes, and it stars Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Bill Hader, and Seth Rogen, and some other people. Emma Stone's in it. You may recognize her from stuff. And there's some really good supporting cast in it. Some guys that I love. Kevin Corrigan, he's always funny in everything. You might remember him as the scumbag cousin from The Departed. Bunch of other movies. Pineapple Express. Joe Lo Triglio. That guy was in Wet Hot American Summer. Some other stuff. Anyway, this was directed by Greg Motola. Written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. And the storyline is pretty simple. Seth and Evan are best friends, inseparable, navigating the last weeks of high school, usually shunned by the popular kids. Seth and Evan luck into an invitation to a party and spend a long day with the help of their nerdy friend Fogel, trying to score enough alcohol to lubricate the party and inebriate two girls, Jules and Becca, so they can kickstart their sex lives and go off to college with a summer full of experience and new skills. Their quest is complicated by Fogel's falling in with two inept cops who both slow and assist the plan. If they do get liquor to the party, what then? Is sex the only rite of passage at hand? That is a really weird synopsis. Obviously, this is a comedy, and this could not be made these days. I mean, the idea of two kids trying to get girls drunk to get laid, like, that's not going to fly anymore. But if you watch the film, it's actually definitely in a more innocent tone. It sounds sinister when you read it like. So IMDb gives this 7.6 out of 10. And that's their rating. We're going to get to my rating, but we're going to talk about what I like about this movie. First of all, the writing. The writing is really, really funny. It's great writing. And you can tell that these guys have reached into their past and pulled out some real life adventures for this film. These kids get into such crazy circumstances, and it's shot really well, and it's really funny, and it's very simple. I love the 1970s funk aesthetic throughout the whole film. I really love the relationship between Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. They have great chemistry. I really love how Jonah Hill hated Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Am I saying his name wrong? Fogel, McLovin. He and McLovin did not get along at the reading, and Jonah started flipping him some shit. And I guess McLovin was flipping it right back. And when he left the audition, Jonah Hill said, definitely not him. He can't be it. And Michael Cera thought their chemistry was so hilarious because they genuinely did not like each other that Fogel came into being. Christopher Mintz-Plasse got the role. So I think that's incredible, really funny. And after seeing that in an interview with Michael Cera, watching this again made it even more special. I love how much Seth hates Fogel. I think it's great. And Bill Hader and Seth Rogen as the cops are so fun. They're really funny, and it looks like a great night hanging out with them. I'm a big Bill Hader fan anyway, and I think he's just really, really funny in this. The writing, the throwaway lines are great, and it's rated R for pervasive, crude, and sexual content, strong language, drinking, some drug use, and a fantasy comic violent image, all involving teens. Okay, good to know. So I guess Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg started this script when they were just 13 years old because they wanted to see if they could write a movie. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I'm reading trivia off IMDb now. I don't know. I had a great time with it. And there is kind of like a drawback to this film. It's really funny. It's great. It really launched Michael Cera, you know, and a few of these actors definitely got work out of it. And it's cool. It's fun. It's a hilarious film, but it does have diminishing returns. If you've seen it a couple of times, watching it a third, fourth, fifth time throughout the years, it's probably not going to be as funny each time you go over it because you know the twists, you know what's going to happen, you know how they wind up, but it's still cute. And I still had a good time with it. There's not much to this movie. It's a comedy. It's funny. 1 hour, 53 minutes is a little long, but it seems to go by pretty quickly. The scenes keep pushing you to the next, and it's cute. It's a cute kind of coming of age movie. I don't think it's something that could be made nowadays in the current climate that we're in, obviously. But if that kind of stuff doesn't bother you, you're not sensitive to that stuff, you're going to love this. It's funny. Hilarious. Still holds up for sure. If you've only seen it once, you could definitely watch it again and have a good time. If you've seen it twice, the third time, not so good. Fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, forget about it. It's not one of those movies you watch over and over and over, I don't think. I'm going to give it a number score, but let's try to sell you guys one of my books first. Okay, hopefully you guys bought one of my novels. Audiobook coming soon. To support the channel, you can buy my books anywhere books are sold. Joe Vallen, Vallen is my pen name. I have 2 books out. Check them out. Anyway, number score, Superbad. IMDb gives this one 7.6 out of 10, and we're very, very close. Mine's slightly underneath that. I'm gonna give Superbad a 7.3 out of 10. And the main reason we lost a couple of points on there, and it's not quite as high as I initially thought, it was gonna be in like almost like the 8s because I love it so much. It's because rewatches aren't as good. It's not as good on a rewatch, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my thumb on it. It's like there's just certain movies you can watch all the time and never get sick of. This is not one of them, and I don't get it because it's a great movie. It's a really great comedy. If you've never seen it, highly recommend, for sure. I mean, you gotta watch Superbad. It's awesome. But if you've already seen it a couple of times, I bet you're not as enthused to go back and watch it again. There's just so much competition out there. Now, in the comedy genre, there's really not a lot of great stuff, especially new. So comedies are few and far between these days, again, because everything's so political, everybody's so sensitive, you almost can't tell the kind of jokes that used to make us laugh back when Superbad was made. So it still holds up in that way. It's raunchy, it's hilarious, it's unapologetic, and I really appreciate that about Superbad. I think it's important for folks that like that kind of thing. So, if you haven't watched it, watch it. But my number score, 7.3 out of 10, I think that's fair. That's right where I put it, and that's very watchable, by the way. So, enough rambling from me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time on Is It Still Good?
Ha 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 ha!